How's it going? Dating comic book investments. So got some stuff back from CGC and various other places, and I'm gonna go through it. I know it's a little late. Normally I upload these on Wednesday or Thursday, but I've just been so busy with the auction, shipping out stuff nonstop, all the time, shipping. But yes, thank you for everyone that participated, and the auction is over, and now we're taking consignments for the next auction. So if you want to consign, head over to collectorscomics.com and consign your stuff. This is interesting. How many of you guys, you see this, right? I don't know how this happens. How's that smell? But anyways, this reminds me of childhood because they were yellow back then. For some reason, like certain types of bags like age and just get yellow. So I don't know. It's always interesting because this reminds me of like going through, like my dad would get massive collections and I would have to go through them and rebag and back and board them. So I'm doing that now. Literally 30 years later, same thing. And getting a little more pay. But yeah, it's always funny seeing that these old yellow bags, or how about the ones that like, they like stick to the ones behind it? They're not like sticky with tape or anything, just like, I don't know. It's interesting. So it's always fun when I get that because they're not clear like this anymore. I don't know, maybe it's the chemicals they used or something. But those will be in the trash. Unless I went out there once, send me little bags. Okay, let's go through what I got in. You guys are probably waiting for me to hurry up and start this. All right, got a few Spawn things in here. This is the Image Expo edition. Now, the Sketch Image Expo or whatever, it's not even a sketch. It's literally just black and white. They call it a sketch version, but it's not. It's just black and white, which is more rare than this one. I want to say this is either 500 or 600 copies. I can't remember off the top of my head. It was in my video. Or maybe it's less than that. I really don't know. Anyways, $11.99. And this one is actually signed by Todd McFarlane. Oh, here we go. This thing, this lovely thing. This just the loveliest Spawn comic. You know, I went on a limb and I made like the top 50th rarest Spawn comics. And this one right here, I think I made like either 5th or 7th or something like that. There's supposed to be less than 50 copies. Because at the time, when I made that video, I literally looked up straight from Image themselves, from like Todd McFarlane or Image.com, one of those. And they literally said that this comic was meant to have, I don't know how many they didn't say, but they all got destroyed because they canceled the convention or the whatever it was, the tournament, and only had the players, and only the players got them. And there's like 50 players. And lo and behold, that was lies. Well, it was probably supposed to be, but an employee was like, they're like, hey, Bob, yes, throw these away. We're not going to use them for the convention. Oh, you're not? Yeah, just toss them. We're only going to use these 50s. Okay. And then Bob goes, pretends to throw it in a dumpster, puts it in his car, then waits for the price to go up. And then people like me to make a video how rare it was. Let me tell you how rare this book was. The only image I could find for when I put the little image to talk about the book was the image from my own personal copy that I had. Because it was so, I could not find them anywhere. No images, no nothing. Turns out that person, Bob, decided to sell that box, 500 copies. And now they're just, all these dealers are just dumping them. So yeah, not fun at all. I only had 2 copies. I have this one right here, and I had the original copy that I'm selling as well. But nonetheless, this is still probably one of 500 that exist, and this one's a 9.6 that's signed, so still high up there. $10.99, so $1,099. I mean, being signed by Tom McFarlane gives it a boost, even though it's pretty easy to get a signature. But at least for now, it's not, because I think it's like one of the only ones that are signed. All right, here we go. New Mutants 98. I hate how they do this. They put a green label on it because it's signed and they can't verify it. Okay, that's great. That's fine. It's qualified. It shouldn't be green labeled. This should be something else, an unverified. You know, make it blue and unverified. I don't know. But it's just a signature. It's, what's his name? Fabian Nicias. I don't know. Fabian. I can't say his last name, so I tried. So I'm sorry, Fabian. Let's see. New Mutants 98, and a 9/8, 13.99. Got a Nova number 1 and a 9/8, 14.79. Just to let you know that Spawn, that one that they found a bunch, that is exactly what I've always said a million times, supply and demand. That in a 9/8 was selling for $4,500 to $5,500. Yes, that's what it was selling for because it was so rare and there wasn't that many 9/8s. There's only a couple. And then what happens? A whole bunch of supply comes in, the demand drops because there's not that many people that can pay $5,000 for a comic. So it just drops. Now I think a 9/8 is anywhere from like around like $1,200 or something like that. For now, it'll probably drop even more. I mean, it's still kind of a rare Spawn comic book. It's more rare than that King Spawn number 1 that was 1 in 250 that Todd McFarlane said was going to be the rarest Spawn comic of all. That's what set me off to make my video to begin with. Todd McFarlane coming out and saying, I just made, this is the rarest Spawn comic book of all time. King Spawn number 1, 1 in 250. Now, granted, he didn't know that 500,000 copies were going to sell, so a lot got made. It was, I want to say it was like 1,200 ended up getting made. It didn't even top my top 50. It was like probably number like 80 something. Here we go. Very high grade of this Batman. 51 in 8.5, 39.99. First Poison Ivy. $3.99. Here we go. This is a retailer incentive. 608, very expensive. This one is signed. So this is I just realized something. It has a gold and green label. It has a gold label because it was signed by Jim Lee, Alex Sinclair, and Scott Williams. And then they couldn't verify one of the signatures. I only see 3 signatures on here. And 3 signatures were verified. This doesn't make any sense. Is there like another signature that they couldn't verify? Huh. Well, maybe I'll have to resend this in. Because it's saying name written on cover in pen that they couldn't verify. It's Jim Lee's signature that's in pen. The other 2 are in marker. And that one is verified. Well, I'll have to send this in to get a gold label. I don't know why it's green. That is a mistake. $39.99. So I'll figure that out. Dumb. Green and gold. So stupid. Spider-Man 252, 96, 2 or 4. Yeah, 459. And here we go. Turtles number 1. This is the second printing. I wish it was the first printing, but it's not. $37.29 for a 9/4 second print. Here's a book I never had before. Big Boy. Number 1. I thought it'd be a 6.5. Got a 7.0. $12.99. Air Pirates funnies that I think they got slapped with something saying that they weren't allowed to make those. What did it come back as? I'm looking at the wrong one. $2.49. Two-face cover. Batman 68. Came back what I thought. $8.99. Batman 166. A 7.0. Came back what I thought. $139. This I've never had nor seen before. Yeah. Also, I forgot to mention. Well, I'm almost there, but right. This never seen. I know it's one of 500 that they made. I think it's the Air Pirates Funnies that I just showed you, but it's like the UK version. Anyways, black and white. Made is a reprint, so it's an 86, made much later than the Air Funnies normal one. $7.99. Never seen it before. Have no idea what it's worth. Don't know. Got a whole bunch of these in. If you want booster gold number 1, I got like 6. That'd be 96.98. 409. Yeah. This right here. So this is goon number 2. Me and my brother both graded it at 9.8. I came with this one, this goon number 3, that is also a 9.8, and a goon number 1. Don't know what the goon number 1 came back at. It already came back because these are modern tier. I don't know what it came back as. I think back at like 9.6. So they're all 9.6, 9.8s. This comes back, thought it'd be 9.8, got an 8.5. And I was like, oh, okay, that's weird, odd. And my brother graded it. Yeah, there's a tear with a crease. It looked like they accidentally were flipping through the book and they actually teared it and bent it over or something like that. So CGC definitely messed this up 100%. I'm just glad it, I mean, I wish it was a 9.8, obviously. But I'm glad it was on that book and not like something else, like way more valuable. But nonetheless, $59. But it's ruined. Goon number 3 and a 9.8, $3.99. Yeah, so like imagine if this was like a 9.8 and they did that on that. Oh man, I'd be pissed. Came back great. I was hoping for $2.79. Just for fun, I got another one in a 9.4, $2.99. And just for fun, I got another one in a 9.6, no 9.8s. And this one is $3.69. I thought this was 9.8. I looked at it again. I don't think I can get a 9.8. But yeah, sometimes I get like a bunch of, like I said, I got like 6 booster gold number 1s, and I usually just pick one, but just for fun, I was like, oh, I like this cover. So also all 3 that I got in. Usually that's how it happens. When it rains, it pours. Okay, that is it. Have a great weekend.